Shalom. Before I begin this video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. And also as well, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They continually rule very well to this very day. That is continually feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And also as well, likewise, Shalom to the whole elect. This is here Akin Tazadakim. That is continually pushing his word as well, continuing to further this ministry and continuing to spread this gospel to other members of the Holy elect and faith, truth, and sincerity, and also in all charity. Okay, now I believe I'm going to entitle this video as Mother's Day and the Worship of Women. And of course, if the Spirit has it to where I change the title of the video, of course I'm gonna change the title, according to the Spirit. But this is pertaining onto today, today being Mother's Day. Of course, everybody and their grandma is celebrating today. And, of course, people still are ignorant to the origins behind specific days like these. And the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai has specifically done this to prove a point. And that point is that these people that you see here today in Babylon the Great, which is known as America, which indeed America is indeed recorded in the Bible, which is pursuant unto future prophecies concerning this place and foretelling the future of Babylon the Great. As you see today, these people are willingly ignorant to what they are partaking in, especially amongst our people, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, who go above and beyond the call of duty, so to speak, to celebrate specific days like these. And you already guarantee that when the 4th rolls around, they're gonna do the most out of everybody here in the States. They're gonna be doing the most pursuant to that specific day. But in regards to today, people don't understand that this day in particular is wicked, it's off, it's out of order, because there is nowhere in the scriptures at all that instructs us to go in and out of your way, get flowers, throw on the grill, start cooking and shit like that, to honor the weaker vessel. And I might title this video as that, Mother's Day and the Worship of the Weaker Vessel. Or I might title it as the weaker vessel, because that's exactly what the woman is, man. She is the weaker vessel. And yet here it is, you got the people that are worshiping the weaker vessel. And that brings to mind, certain jakes that just, worship their mothers, that big mama spirit, man. And has been the downfall of many Israelites, because they still hold on to that old big mama tradition to where she's always right. Yeah, here it is. She's done numerous amounts of iniquities, but yet she can do no wrong. And that's why the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is going to completely decimate and destroy this current rulership, which again is Babylon the Great, and also the inhabitants thereof, those that partake in days like these, and those that refuse to accept the reality of what they're getting into, the reality of what's going on here on the planet Earth. There's going to be a mass cleansing of the earth of all filth that's here on the planet Earth, and this is one of them that you see today being Mother's Day. But again, going back to the title of the video, this day that these people are involved in is the worship of the weaker vessel, or worship of the woman who is below the man when it comes to the order, which Lord's will, I get that in a minute. But first, let's get into some information here that I got. First and foremost, I want to grab this one real quick. So this is so I found this article here. It says, do you know the origins of Mother's Day? Which I'm pretty sure the majority of the people that are here today don't have a clue what the origins of the day is, because they really don't care. They don't care what these origins go back to, and they don't care that they're even involved in it, man. They just want to do whatever their lust has them to do. You know, they're moving according to their lust, and you see it today. So again, like this article says, do you know the origins of Mother's Day? So it says mothers have been revered throughout history, from ancient pagan celebrations to church holidays to present day Mother's Day. And they got it highlighted here. It says many countries throughout the world devote a day, or in some cases 2 or more days, to honor their mothers. The tradition dates back to pagan celebrations in ancient Greece in honor of Re, the mother of the gods. And see, and when you're gonna come to find out that a lot of these days, and also as well these American traditions and practices that these people do, all go back to Rome. All right, in which, you know, of course, the Greeks and the Romans were the same people that were ruling during. You know, when I say that, I'm talking about the pagan Roman Empire, and even prior to that being the Greek Empire, starting with Alexander the Great, until they fell, till the pagan Roman Empire fell. But again, those same people that were there, that were ruling during that time, during those empires, those 2 empires, which the scholars call it the Greco-Roman era, or the Greco-Roman Empire. Guess what? They're in rulership once again today, and that's why you see a lot of the practices and a lot of these days that dates back to what the people were worshiping and celebrating during the time when the Romans were in power. Because again, you know, when it comes to America, you know, the same people are ruling, and that's why when you read the scriptures concerning America, it speaks about the beast whose wound was healed, the beast that was wounded to death and was healed, and it was healed by way of the erecting of America. So as you see, it goes back to Greece, and it goes back further than that. It goes back to even the Babylonians, when the Hamites were in rulership. You had Semiramis, which she was deemed as the mother or the queen of heaven. And guess what? Back during that time, you had Israelites that were involved in that. They were involved in the worship of the queen of heaven, which I'm going to get in a little bit. But the point in this article is that this particular day goes back to this, and like I said, even further than the Roman Empire. Slaki. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. It says in the 17th century, England celebrated a day called Mothering Sunday, which that's why you have Sunday, to where Mother's Day falls on. Every single year it falls on a Sunday. Okay. Reading on, it says, on the 4th Sunday of Lent, the day was set aside for all the mothers in England and servants who lived at their employees' residence. A common practice at the time were encouraged to go home and spend the day with their mothers. Some families would enjoy a mothering cake. Now, mind you, remember, back during the time of when Israel, or back during the time when the Babylonians were in power, you had Israelites that worship the Queen of Heaven by making cakes, and I'm gonna get that here in a little bit. But you know, you can see the similarities between this and what Israel was doing in the ancient world through the worship of these false gods and these false idols. So reading on, it says a common practice at the time were encouraged to go home and spend time with their mothers. It says some families would enjoy a mothering cake or carlings, pancakes made of steeped peas fried in butter with salt, pepper, and part of the celebration. I'm gonna go ahead and just end it off there. But that's pretty much just the point in this article, that the origins behind this specific day, which is again is Mother's Day, which is the worship of the weaker vessel. So I'm moving on from there, and there's more in this article, but it's a lot of information concerning this day, in which is readily available. And like I said, these people are willingly ignorant to the information that's there and the history behind these specific days, because they choose not to hearken. They choose not to take heed to the truth, basically, because these are true facts. It's been written and etched in history, and yet these people refuse to accept these facts, which again we understand the reason why, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has blinded the minds of these people. It's like, yeah, the Lord has blinded the minds of these people, so they are not able to decipher or able to see and understand what's going on here in the world. So going from there, I got another article. Now, here's the thing, man. And again, these people are worshiping the weaker vessel, and still to this very day, you still have people that worship this specific day, but meanwhile, you have stuff like this happening. And this article here says mothers feminizing sons, and that has been there's been an increase of this for years now, with mothers feminizing their sons, putting their sons in dresses, putting makeup on them. I believe it was one video that you had this Jake woman that was putting makeup on her son, man. And of course she was a single mother, of course. But when you watch that, man, it's vexing. It's vexing, man. And you see that, these women, you have, especially amongst, single mothers, of course, that are feminizing their sons, man. And because of that, their sons are now being are now on the tip of being a part of the LGBT, whatever group. And now they declare that they're, openly moles, for the sake of keeping the video up on YouTube. But here it is, man. Mothers feminizing sons, man. This is disgusting. I mean, if this doesn't light a fire, man, I don't know what to say. But it says here that actually, you know what? I didn't mean to read the article, but I'm just bringing this out as an example, just to show you that, look, you have Mother's Day, but yeah, here it is. You have mothers feminizing sons, man. So this place upholds these women, man, and you cannot argue that point. This current world, and this system was made for women. It was made for the woman. It was made for her to enjoy, and she in the eyes of the people, she can do no wrong. And she's able to do things like this, feminizing their sons, and no one's gonna bat an eye. No one is saying anything, man. Again, that's why the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to completely destroy this current kingdom. He's going to destroy this kingdom, this place, America, and all these people that love this place. But here it is, man. If you see the filth, I don't want to, I'm just going to scroll by it real quick because I don't want to even put too much time into this. But look at this, man. Look at this madness. Look at this BS, man. Look at this filth, man. Look at this filth. So, and it's a lengthy article, but you see that they're feminizing the sons, man. You see this? Yeah, see? In a dress. A bow, putting a bow on a boy in a dress, man. This is what we're seeing, man. Babylon, up close and personal. Okay, I'm not gonna scroll through anymore, man. This is disgusting, man. But you get the point. Mothers feminizing the sons. The world that is being created. Yes, it's a world of feminized men that's being created, and the woman being upheld, man. That's why, again, the people go above and beyond to make sure that Big Mama have the best celebration of her life. But I'm going to go ahead and hop into the scriptures. Okay, I'm going to get the book of Jeremiah chapter 7. Now, like I mentioned earlier about the Queen of Heaven worship. This is exactly what it is. It's the worship of the Queen of Heaven. It's the worship of the weaker vessel. And again, you got certain Jakes that are part of the Black unconscious community. All right, that's about that Egypt bullshit that says that the woman is God. But yet you tell me, you tell me, okay. So if that's the case, then you tell me, let me know when she figures out how to stop bleeding every month for 7 days. Then come back and talk to me. Let's see, I'm trying to find the scripture. I think I skipped it. Yeah, so here it is, Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 18. Actually, I'm starting at verse 17. It says, "Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem?" Yeah, we do. We are witnessing wickedness at an all-time high. And that's why the prophets of the Lord, Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, are teaching and prophesying about the coming destruction. This is one of the main reasons why this message is being published throughout the entire planet Earth. Verse 18, it says, "The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger." Okay, so again, going back to that Queen of Heaven worship, which Israel was doing, like I said before, they were doing this during the time when the Babylonians were in power. That's why you had the worship of Semiramis, where she was looked at as the Queen of Heaven. And they were all in, man. That's why they went above and beyond, like they do today, to ensure that it's celebrated. Through all the planning, they put all their stock and their investment into celebrating Mother's Day. And it's just not Mother's Day, other days as well, like Halloween, Christmas, of course. That's the main holiday these people worship, amongst our people especially. But here it is, they are provoking Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. I'm going to continue to read. It says, "And to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger." Right, so this is provoking Yahweh Bashmiel Shai to bring more judgment on the planet Earth. Why you think America is in the state that is in today? Because of this bullshit. This is one of the reasons why. And yeah, they're trying to figure out, why are these things happening? Well, because again, the wickedness is great in the earth, and that's due to the influence of this Western world. So verse 19 says, "Do they provoke me to anger, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shai? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces?" Right, and this is adding even more confusion to them, because the Lord is not going to pardon shit like this. He's not. That's why we're in a time where Jake needs to repent, man. Turn back to Yahweh Bashmiel Shai and get away from this madness. Verse 20 says, "Therefore thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, behold, mine anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon men and upon beasts and upon the trees of the field and upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn, and it shall not be quenched." And that's why, again, the Lord's going to utterly destroy this place and burn this place down to where nothing is going to be perceived from coast to coast. It's going to be a complete desert wasteland, and rightfully so, man. Call all Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. But I'm going to move on from there. Got his next precept. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. It says, "Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel." Right, so she is deemed as the weaker vessel. Okay? She's deemed as the weaker vessel. Why is she deemed as the weaker vessel? Again, going back to the order. Let's get it. That's like this is 1 Corinthians chapter 11. And this is at verse 3. It says, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahweh Shai." Did it say the head of every man is the woman? No, it didn't. So why even get into a Mother's Day? Why even do this? Why put all your energy into worshiping the woman? Why put all your energy into worshiping the mothers? Okay. Again, don't make me go back to this article, man. You know, but this is what's going on right now, today, as I'm speaking. Continuing on, it says, and I will have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua, right? And the head of the woman is the man. And that is definitely a cut to, a woman that believes that they can just approach Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, they can approach the Most High and go directly towards him. No, man. The Lord's not dealing with that. Okay, that's out of order. And we're reading the order right now. It says, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahushua is the Most High Yahweh. Okay, let's move on from there. This is First Ezra chapter 4. And let's go ahead and go down to verse Salakia. Here it is. It's First Ezra chapter 4, and this is at verse 25, and I end off on this. It says, wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and became servants for their sakes. All right, so you're seeing a turning of things upside down, like the scriptures say. Now you got the men that are here in this Western world that have now become servants towards the women. They say, like it says here, it says, become servants for their sakes, for the sake of the women. So the man is stooping down, and he has stooped down his position, his order, and now he's looked at his woman as being the head. And you especially have that amongst Jake too, Israelites. The woman being the head of the household, that madness. But yet, here it is again. That's why you have so much chaos and disorder in the household, because of that. And Esau knows what he's doing. Esau being the true biblical nationality, the so-called white man. He knows exactly what he's doing. And this is an effort to make sure you Jakes are not getting anywhere near the presence of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. And that's why he promotes days like this and sells it towards our people. Our people are the main targets for promoting this madness, this confusion, because he knows that we are the chosen people, and that the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has promised us the kingdom. So he's making every effort to make sure that we don't receive that, and by any means necessary. That's why he created this society in this world, this Western world, a certain way to where Israel continues to go off, and made it so easy to fall into these traps and snares, to where everywhere you go is a trap, is a snare. Everywhere you go, man. And that lets you know this place was never meant for us. But the point in this precept is that as many has ran out of their wits for women and became servants for their sakes, man. Okay, verse 27. Many also have perished and have erred and sinned for women. So many have went out of their way, their sin, they transgressed, they lost their morality. They lost themselves, man. They put away their morality. I can't even, put in any better. Their morality has been thrown out the window, and now they're doing anything possible to please their women. That's why there's a saying here in Babylon the Great: happy wife, happy life. But yet here it is, the man is catching the heart, purity hell when it comes to these women, these beasts. You can't even call these women anymore. Okay, because a woman, when you look up the word woman, that definition means a female servant. Okay, it means a female servant. So are you seeing that today? Are you seeing that in this current world? No, you're not. So are they regarded as women? No. So what else can we call you? What else are you? So So again, many have, and also it says here, many have perished for women. So many have put their lives on the line for women. They put their livelihood on the line and at risk to make sure that their women are good, they're taken care of, man. Are comfortable. Sacrificing themselves for their women. And that's why the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, is going to... Also, there's a scripture that just came to mind, right? About the effeminization of men. What does the scripture say about effeminized men? That they are not able to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shai. There's no way. They're not able to enter into his rest. You can't come with that effeminized spirit, man. In the presence of Yahweh Shem Shai. If you do, you will be put to flight, so to speak. But that's all I want to touch up on this video, in this lesson. And again, when it comes to this specific day, man, it's going to get even more. It's going to get even more maddening, if I can, for lack of a better term, when it comes to these specific days, man. And it's not going to stop until Yahweh Shem Shai comes and make a complete and utter cleansing of this place. And we wholeheartedly wait for that day. And that day is coming pretty soon. When you look around what's going on in the world, you can see that the Lord is very near. So I'm going to end off on that note. The Lord's will is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, every will to this day. Shalom, peace and safety, and salutations to the hopefully elect continuing to labor in his work and labor to show for your diligence to make your calling and election sure, in faith, in truth, and sincerity, and also in all charity. And with that, let's say shalom.